Hello.
We're live, right? Well, today we have a different setup than every time, right? It's
Yeah.
like a three people,
For
well, four afterwards, and we have a tree and all. So it's a different setup. It's a special meetup for. Why did we do this meetup today? Well, already it's not the last Wednesday of the month. That's a change as well.
yeah.
But that's for Christmas because people are going for holidays. So this is a special occasion, special meetup, and we thought we'd do a special version of it, where we will talk more about these programs you have on TV when people look back at what happened in the year and then look forward what they're going to do, right? The what?
The wrap up, they call
The,
it,
the
right?
The
wrap
wrap
up,
up.
the wrap up, yeah,
Yeah.
programs, yeah. So we thought we'd do something like this.
So looking back at the year.
Yeah, looking back at the year, and probably we have quite a few people here in the chat. Maybe let's get people already interacting with the chat. I don't know. Well, there is the famous question that we every time ask: where you come from, where you're logging here and watching us from. That's also it's a very interesting question for me every single time because we see ourselves as an international company. Remember, and it's good to know that we have people from all around the world. But the other question is, since we're talking about 2022, the question is, Simon, do you know what the question is?
No, tell me.
Okay. What inspired you in 2022 or what you're proud of in 2022?
So
And that question is for the chat as well, right?
yes.
So, okay, well, we already have people talking about where they are watching us from. We have Canada, Toronto, we have Montreal. Well, Canada, 3 people from Canada, imagine.
Right away.
Yeah.
Adam
well,
brought his family.
4 people. Adam brought all his family, you
Yeah.
think? No. So 4 people from Canada. Today is Canada focused.
Canada Day.
Canada Day. Yeah. So and we have London. Daniel from London. Thank you, Daniel, for joining us from London as well. We're here in Paris, and it's freezing outside. I mean, freezing for the French people, right? It's like what is it? 0,
-1.
-1.
For the Syrian people too.
Oh yeah, of course. For the Syrian people, it's very
First time
it's
snowing.
freezing.
For Simon, it's okay. It's like t-shirt weather.
So what's the the lowest temperature that you observed?
I
So
think
you're from Ukraine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I've experienced like -20. Like this is the lowest when the schools are closed. So I was
Fine.
pretty happy to this weather.
So
But
you
you know,
like low temperatures.
Yeah, you get adapted pretty quick. Like when you live for a long time, let's say in Paris. I'm sure you also can relate. You get used to warm weather. Or cold weather. But yeah, for me it's also very cold.
But the streets are freezing though for the whole year, right? In there
For the whole, I would say whole winter. Like we have very
for the
hot
whole.
summer.
Yeah, of course, yeah. There is the big difference. So as well, we have Milan from Slovenia. That's a nice country, Slovenia. So that's the first question. So yeah, you're asking
Yeah, Simon.
Yeah.
What?
What
is
did
it?
you? What inspired you in 2022? Or what
most
are you
proud of?
proud of?
Yeah.
Like
I
inspired.
would say you asked me before.
Yeah.
I had time to reflect. I would say picking up a bass guitar after years of procrastinating. Because I love like old school music. Funk, disco music. So I had finally a chance to learn one of my favorite bass lines.
Which one? So you get inspired from bass player basically, and then you try to replicate.
Yes, I love okay, Sir Duke by who?
Stevie Wonder.
Yes, it was a question. I mean, I didn't
Oh,
learn the
that's
whole
true.
the whole song, but the main riffs.
Yeah.
Like Steve Lacy, this kind of song. Yeah,
Mm.
I need progress much more than I should, but yeah, I'm glad to pick it up. What about you, Renaud?
I tried to learn also an instrument like piano during this year. Like I'm still like trying to, still very bad at it, but like trying to progress on that front. And then the part that I'm proud of, generally speaking, the work that we did during the year, I guess, like was cool.
Man, I mean, we talk about a year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was trying to make the exercise to remember what is
What
the
happened?
thing that I'm proud of in Prismic in the last year, and I keep getting back, and it's not a year yet. I'm like, okay, this happened, but that was by the end of the year,
Yeah.
and then this happened, but that was in the middle of the year, and it was a long year, right?
And the good thing is that we'll be able to maybe also do a quick retrospective of what we've done this year by welcoming like Guy and Cobb that will talk about some progress in the product. So that would be a good thing too. And so what do you get in the chat of inspiring book,
what I get
movies
for
and
now? Yeah, this question didn't pick up on the chat. We're still asking people what are the things that inspired you or you're proud of in the last year. But I have I don't know how to pronounce it. That boy or something. Minus 35 is the lowest temperature. Minus 35 is pretty low.
Good for me.
So maybe you can you can get to introduce the.
Yeah, for sure. So there is one
meetup.
thing. One thing that is very interesting is that we got a lot of inspiration from and a lot of success not only in our company and on the things that we built, but also we saw a lot of success in inspiring things from our community and users. So what we'll do today is to do two things. Basically, through the whole meetup, we'll discuss some of the success that some of our customers had during 2022 and how you can maybe relate to those success and inspire from and maybe replicate for next year, for 2023. And we'll share our own success by doing a retrospective of the two main product areas that we are developing at the moment, Slice Machine and the editor, and try to give you a glimpse of what's coming in 2023. And then we'll finish basically the meetup with two things. One, product demo of the next release of Slice Machine, and including some work from the editor team. So that's the interesting crossover that we'll present, and then answer some of the Q&A. So the way
Pretty packed this today.
Well,
we have a lot of things. It's very dense.
But it's
But
cool.
you know, the whole idea was like, okay, you know, we really every time we interact with you guys, we want to kind of bring something of value for you. And we thought, like, you know, there has been quite a few stories from our customers, actually many, and we can pick up a few of them that could inspire you maybe for your next project, right? Because ourselves we get inspired also from our clients. Like we saw some people that did some new brand refresh their branding, so maybe it's a good exercise we can do. Or some people that do, I don't know, acquisition through their blog, and it's like, okay, this is a good idea. Let's implement it for ourselves. So we saw that our users and clients are inspiring us, and we thought like we can talk about it to you, and you can also get inspired. So that's
that's
wrapping up all the stories that we shared over the year.
Exactly, and that will be like the whole, like how do you say, like the whole thread during this meetup.
Yeah.
But one of the way we wanted to start this meetup is basically also to share again something inspiring through the website of the month that we do regularly, every month. We do this in the meetup. Simon came today basically to present this actual website. And so, tell us a bit more about it, Simon, so that people can inspire from it.
Right. I mean, we love our community, right, and the work they do, and we share it on LinkedIn, Twitter, all the resources. So one of them is YouTube Product Meetup that we do every month, right? And today's website of the month is called Heights Agency website, done by Malwa Agency from South Africa. And why we chose this website? Because this website has this funky animations on the scroll. You know, I love when you land on the website, you really want to like interact with it. So this is kind of websites that that you like to interact with, you know. And it's built with Prismic and Next.js. And for the developers who are out there and you're wondering, what are these libraries that doing these funky animations, right? So it's called GSAP library that taking care of all these funky animations on the scroll. Besides that, I can also precise which exactly GSAP library is, okay? It's called Morph SVG plugin for the letters on the stretch, Absorber, Scroll Trigger, Split Text. So if you planning to integrate it in one of your tech stacks on your future websites, you can we can send you over all the links to the
stack.
Yeah. Besides that, we have also a Lenis library. It's also one of the GSAP scroll animation plugin that's been developed by one of the also agencies.
So they developed their own library on top of GSAP?
No, they use the library of another agency. I mean, using the work of the community to build their own website. And as I said, with Next.js as well. And it's a very I find it very cool website, to share. And actually, it won a website of the day on A3W Awards website
Nice.
in November. Voila.
That's cool.
No, congratulations to them. Actually, a lot of good work, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's very impressive. I had a look at it like earlier. This nice scroll animation, like the morphing of the images and the.
So what I know in memory, and tell me if I'm wrong, but what I know is that you like animations, but you don't like when it's too much. You don't like when it breaks the experience.
But basically, when the animation are taking over like the actual content and the
You don't
the
like
message,
that.
like it's too much.
Yeah.
But like if
I
used
remember
properly,
right.
like
I remember correctly. Then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anthony is even more. So Anthony is like the lead designer in the team. He's even more against, like, let's say,
Harder
animation.
than you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I remember these stories when we wanted to do our own website. Like that was 3 years ago, and I would be so enthusiastic about like animation with scroll and that stuff, and then Anthony told me, no, we can't do that. And I remember this kind of discussions.
we did have a goal of like be featuring on awards because some of our customers were basically
Following
awards a lot and being in the target. So we were like, okay, maybe we should do some non-needed animation just to be featured on awards in order to basically get some kind of reach to our potential customer, and it worked. Huh? It was interesting.
I don't know. I mean, we brought some buzz back then, but I like the way we're doing it now. Like since 2 years, for 2 years now, like building from the ground up. Like we're not expecting something a miracle to happen, or like we publish something on awards and then we'll have users and we'll have revenue, but rather like build the foundation and all that. I like better this exercise.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're packed. We have a lot of things.
Anything on the chat?
Not so far. I mean, yes, the animations are really cool. Daniel is saying, but the loading page is pretty retro. Do you
Like
think
retro, yes. The 0 to 100, like as a loader, is very flash.
But retro is good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they chose it that way, right?
I think so. I'm sorry?
Maybe they changed their mind about animations. Maybe we can see it in the future in our own website.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Like maybe it's something that we can inspire from and then add on our website. I know that anyway animation are some elements that we are going to introduce in the website anyway.
Well, I guess it's Nuha. You wrote this, right? Fun fact: Prismic is the #1 CMS in terms of number of websites and awards. Did you know that? It's cool. It's a cool
No, I
fact.
didn't know. Fun fact I'm learning today.
No, it's working.
Okay.
Close. Okay. No, I didn't know. It's cool.
So thanks a lot. Anything else to add, Simon?
No, I mean it's been a thrilling year, and if you have a new work coming up, don't hesitate to share with us on Twitter, on our community forum. We'll be happy to introduce it on our upcoming meetups.
Yeah,
Webinars.
absolutely. We like good websites, so share them with us, and we'll feature them.
Thanks to everyone. And I'll pass it over
No, that's okay. Look,
microphone to Renaud.
what we are going to do now, and because it's something that also we did a lot during the year, it's like engaging with the community, so showing some of your work, connecting with you to develop some of the feature that we have, having your help also on a lot of elements coming from this meetup. A lot of people just show up there, build elements on top of Prismic. So what the team wanted to do is to basically send some shout outs to people in the community that helped us in a different area of the company and different area of the product. So some people just recorded a message to some of you, and so we are just going to play a small clip now to thank you all.
Yeah, the community has been essential in our growth. It was a good idea to have these videos.
And that's the moment where you move.
Hi, just want to say a big thank you to everyone who participated in our research sessions this year. They've been really insightful and interesting, so thank you very much. Happy holidays!
So I just want to shout out to Christian Bogdanov. He's been the most active user on our forum this year. He's been absolutely amazing with all the other users, helping out, giving feature requests, sharing his knowledge wherever he can, and that includes taking part in UXR calls. He's been getting involved with Gatsby projects, and he's had a hand in a bunch of stuff all over the company. So thanks, Chris. Thanks for your hand.
My shout out goes to Eddie Vink, who gave a really awesome talk about how to use Prismic with Remix. and then worked with us to create a blog post based on that talk, and it turned out awesome. And it was really great working with Eddie on that.
I want to give my thanks to Dan Spratling from Skyra Digital. With Dan, we had a lot of opportunities to collaborate together and help each other this year. And Dan was especially really proactive in helping us and providing feedback on the product we're making, Slice Machine. So thanks, Dan, for all the great chats we had this year. I'm looking forward for next year. And in the meantime, have great holidays.
Hello, it's Nuha. I would like to give my community shout out to Raj Howe from How and How. We had him on a Prismic meetup about branding. It was one of the best meetups we organized. He was super insightful and taught us a lot about how to create a visual brand and how to make it come to life on a website through the example of Verif. So thanks a lot, Raj, for being our guest and for sharing as much knowledge with us. Happy holidays.
I want to give a big shout out to the folks over at Monogram, specifically DJ and TJ, who I had the pleasure to hang out with this year at Next.js Conf. Not only did they give me some of the coolest swag I've ever gotten, a little bit of Prismic, a little bit of Monogram, but they were also a blast to hang out with, a lot of fun to talk to, and they always give us great feedback that really helps us to steer the product forward into what agencies actually need, how we're actually using Prismic for. So can't thank you enough. And not only are y'all great community members and just great people, but you make some fantastically cool Prismic sites, and it's always super fun to see what you're working on and what you create. I can't wait to see what you make in the new year. Hope you have a phenomenal, phenomenal holiday, everyone at Monogram, and thank you so much. Take care.
You don't like that, huh? We're giving them too much importance. Oh, we're live. Okay. So let me just mute this. So what? We're moving to the next section, right? So yeah,
Yes.
for the several things that there's several people already from the different how and how. So we had them in here and they talked about the
Yep.
brand, and Noah thanked them, and then we talked about they were Monogram, and they hope they begin. I don't know if there are some people in the chat from these people that are available that we can have here. Say hello if you're here. If you heard your name and you're here, say hello. Do you want to move to the next section?
Yeah, for sure. The way we are going to approach this is basically to do two things. So I don't know if you saw them, like if we zoom out, but like Com and Guy just joined us here. So the way we are going magically, that's like almost like professional TV. People disappear and appear like magically. The way we are going to go here is to do basically three main sections. The first one will be to talk about one of the success story and what we find an inspiring story that we saw during this year. And from the community and from our user, it will be circuit story, and then we're going to talk about what we've done during this year. At first in Slice Machine, so it's come that will take a bit like the mic and present you a bit of the retrospective of 2022. But as I said, like all of this section will be splitted with some video clip from some shorts from meetups that we had in the past, or at least this year. And presenting some of the challenges and some of the success that people using Prismic had in 2022. And so now we are going to start to basically present Circuit that did a lot of changes in their own organization using Prismic, and we'll talk about it a bit more after on like what's the actual success that they had.
So the idea was, okay, by bringing these stories, maybe it inspires some people. As I said, they inspired us. And actually Circuit, I relate so much to Circuit because they had a product to work on, and they had a website to work on, and they had so many developers, and they had to make tough choices. Do we work on the website and bring more users, or do we work on the actual product? And it's always a problem that happened. I remember it happening with us. Like, yep. I remember core developers in like Sébastien and Arnaud working on the website and not working on the product in that kind of time. And what they decided is like, okay, well, let's give something to our marketing team so that they're independent, so that we can focus on the product. That's basically their story, and it worked very well for them.
Exactly. And so, if you don't believe Sadek, you can take their words.
So let's watch the video.
One thing we needed to was a solid CMS to, in a way,
I would like to kind of
split well the work that's like content work, design work, and engineering work. So during that time, we moved from a very static Next.js website. Our backend was literally a JSON file that lived on our repository. And that's when we started to look into CMS solutions. And for a couple of weeks, we looked into Ghost and WordPress and some other Ruby solutions, Prisma, it's another thing. But we ended up going for Prismic specifically because I had a lot of WordPress experience on my background. Like I've worked WordPress for like 5 years in my career. And I was very aware of its limitations, and I was really willing to try something new. And the timing was actually very interesting because back when I decided to go for Prismic, it was like 2 weeks after I saw some news about the Prismic Series A, and that there were some very interesting news about the Slice machine. And I saw that opportunity as and I saw that news as an opportunity to invest in something that was growing and that would allow us to ultimately separate what's engineering and what's content work. So that's one of our goals.
And by the way, if you want to listen to the story, the full story, you will have it on. You still have it on our channel. You can go and listen to the whole live that we did back then. I really find the story relatable. The other story that actually also inspired us is the next one, where they decided that they have to kind of completely refresh their branding, right?
Yeah.
And actually it inspired us to kind of start similar work that maybe we're going to release at some point. But can you introduce the next one?
I think we wanted to just quickly
Okay.
do a
Yes.
retrospective.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. So
So the thing is, basically, Circuit, on top of like doing this whole progress and at this own challenge in 2022, they were one of the first users of Slice Machine. And the thing that is very interesting is that they trusted us and they trusted the vision of Slice Machine very, very early on, like by testing the first alpha of the product and using it for their actual website. And we wanted to basically also use the time today to do a quick retrospective of 2022 and try to also give you a glimpse of what is coming for 2023 so that Circuit and other can continue to trust this vision and see basically a bit where we are going next year. So, Com is there, here.
Hello.
I don't know if it works on TV to say that, like to do something like that. Yes, maybe.
Somehow.
So
Com is our product manager who manages Slice Machine, right? And we'll go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm the product manager of Slice Machine, and I joined Prismic like a year and a half ago, I think. So I was born in Prismic approximately when Slice Machine was born, a bit later, like I think 6 months later. And so pretty new in Slice Machine, but I was there at the very beginning. So what I like in that story is that person from Circuit, he believed in what we were doing. And so what I like in that is that it's thanks to this kind of early adopters that we could collect a lot of feedbacks and like decide to invest more into that vision and building Slice Machine. So when I joined, we were like I think 4 or 5 people in the team, maybe
In the Slice Machine team, you mean?
In the Slice Machine team,
yeah, absolutely. And actually, so when you moved into the Slice Machine, it was the moment where we're moving it from a research project or like a proof of concept to a product, actually, where you get feedback from users and they iterate on features and all of that. So that's basically was a transition, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think it was exactly that moment.
Maybe, yeah. Can you get the microphone closer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
It's
better,
perfect.
much better.
So yeah, when I start, I think it was live already, but it was not like in the central path when you build the repository with Prismic.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was kind of hidden, let's say, but like it was like something that we started to introduce to some users, to early adopters, and then so if we do the wrap up of the year today, we did one thing that very important in March. I think it was like 18th or 13th of March. We basically went out of the wood and say, okay, Slice Machine is not anymore beta, and so it becomes the default path to create your website with Prismic and Next or Next. So I guess that was the main thing, and so when we see these people like believing in us,
yeah,
like
it was important for us. It's also it was important for us to have some kind of people that believe in the vision and jump into it. And it reminds me of something that happened also a little bit earlier than that. Is there's a moment where we're talking with the Netlify founders, and we were talking about Slice Machine and all that. We introduced them to the concept, and also they encouraged us, and they're like, okay, well, and they helped us also structure a little bit what the value and why you're putting in the market, and they were very helpful. So the early adopters, the people that trusted us, was first helpful to keep us going, but also to get the feedback, right? Yeah.
And so we got a lot of people like this. We got like people, yes, as you said, early adopters, but partners like Netlify, like Next. Sebastian Schopper was heavily involved at the beginning of Slice Machine. So yes, and so what are the important milestones that you had this year, for example, like that you remember, that you keep in mind?
Yeah. So we had this one very important, I guess, in March. A bit before, we did that very first iteration of the Slice simulator. So you know the preview environment that you have in Slice Machine that can let you preview basically your slices with mock data. That was an important one, and we're keeping iterating on that. But yeah, we were very proud of that first release. And so then we did that out of beta release. We improved the screenshots, like recently. We improved the support of TypeScript, for example. What we did, we introduced also we started like a big project around providing more and more resources and templates so that you can not start from scratch and like kind of do what you can like with the documentation, but like for example start with a template, a pre-made website, get access to some resources from the community. So we started that work, and like I think it was in July we did that big release around starters, where you could decide to start with a pre-made template or website that was built with Slice Machine, and that was one of the one that I remember well.
And did you notice a difference between the beginning when you started and now in the kind of iterations with the community and you know the requests and how people react to the features? Do you see a difference between 1 year and a half ago and now?
Yeah, first the number, I think.
Yeah, the number.
The number of requests, number of users also, and like repositories that are actually created with Slice Machine, and yeah, the number of requests, and also like so you know, like when you're launching first a project that is not perfect, it's kind of, it could be messy at some point.
Yeah.
So we got like a lot of requests or bug feedbacks or stuff like that.
The very beginning of the experience, even starting things up, right?
So but it went out there, so it was cool, but it was at some places a bit buggy, you know that. But so that number is reducing a lot, and we have instead, on the contrary, like more and more people like that provide good feedback, like saying, guys, what you're
they
doing
want
is
more,
good.
right?
They want more,
yeah.
And so like more and more, like we're building with these feedbacks, and it's getting very relevant to work with.
But I know you love that. You love getting the feedback and building on top of that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, right? Now we are talking about this and trying to remember that time. Slice Machine wasn't even in the path of sign up back then, you know. It wasn't even that, and now it's for granted. It's like a given that the Slice Machine is part of the Prismic experience. It's a big change.
Yeah, it wasn't documentation, I guess.
No, it wasn't nowhere. Right?
Yeah, it was even.
And now it's everywhere. Yeah, that's a good success.
And the funny part of it is that you met us and you knew about Slice Machine, and we get closer basically because you build a product on top of Slice Machine at the time, and that's where we say, okay, maybe there is a way to work together. He's already like concerned about the product and interested in it, and so that's how we started to do that.
Cool.
So that's cool. And so in terms of progress, also I guess the size of the team. You discussed like how many you were when you joined. How many are you at the moment?
Yeah, I think we are now like 12 in the team. We have like 2 designers, 1 full-time researcher. I'm the product manager.
So full-time researcher for Slice Machine.
And 2 designers.
Cool. And 2 designers.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so we have also
developers,
QA engineer that's
QA
like full-time dedicated
in
to
the team. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And 5 to 6 engineers, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's getting big, and so now that's very good news because like we have time and bandwidth now to work on the project and the vision that we decided to work on. We also have more time to invest on. So whenever a bug, for example, comes, like we can be very reactive and fix it. And so yeah, that's good news.
Guy, you're looking forward to that stage, right?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Hopefully next year, that's going to be us.
We'll get back to you. You know.
And so looking back, looking forward now, basically you are 12, you have a team that is structured, you know how to work because you did now you release as you said, a lot and often on a recurrent basis. So what can people expect for the year to come?
So I think we are going to work toward two different aspects. So the first one will be to say, okay, how can we simplify the tool so that it can become even closer to the website building experience that we want to build with Prismic. So for example, if I can give you a simple example, today if you want to create a page with Slice Machine, you have to create a custom type and say it's a page and provide it to your editors. And so tomorrow, we believe that you should be able to say, okay, I want to build a page so that I will just build a page. And that's easy, and I can find in the interface and in the tool everything that I need to create a page, which is not anymore custom type. And so that's an example, but we believe that the tool and the interface should be so easy that you just recognize how a website is made, like pages, navigation, sections, so the slices. And so that's one thing, so simplify the tool. And the other part will be around improving the developer experience and being even more integrated with your supported framework. So starting with Next and Next, so Next 3 and Next 13. And so keep working toward a better developer experience and make sure that as a developer you are productive and we provide you the best experience to just build a website.
Yeah, that's the whole thing also about Slice Machine. It integrates with frameworks directly, and we try to make it more and more integrated. And by the way, I have a question for the chat. Who uses Slice Machine and with which technology you're using it? That will get us, it's a lot of Next.js and
yeah, it's a majority of Next.js.
But we have a good also portion of it from Nuxt as
Nuxt,
well.
Yeah. I don't know the number exactly, but I think it could be.
Well, let's see if someone in the chat using Slice Machine, which technology, which framework you're using it with, basically. So what do you want to do now? Oh no.
So
you were looking at the chat. I saw you.
I was looking at the chat. I was looking at the chat. By the way, if also on the chat you want to drop some feature requests for Com, he's there. He's going to look the same way as I'm looking at it. So no, the main thing, and you need to basically come in our perspective and to try to understand what we are doing with Slice Machine. So the first thing is that we want to provide developers a tool that will help them to build website very effectively, but not only website, overall website building experience for their marketing team. And so we don't want to stop at basically providing a tool for developer, but we want to provide a tool for developer to then create a very nice experience for marketing team. And so at the beginning, Slice Machine was not, it was not obvious that we'll manage to deliver that, but we now have a lot of data and a lot of numbers that are showing that it's going into the right direction and that it's a good success. And we wanted to use those data to make a small game to try to make you win some prizes. So we have different prizes depending on what you like and depending on your profile. So we have one book to make you win if you are more into the marketing side of it, that it's called Messaging and Copywriting. And so I think it's displayed here, hopefully. Maybe not. No, it's not that one. That's okay. And for developer, we have a class and a master class. So that's the book. And for developer, we are going to offer you, if you win this quiz, a class for mastering Nuxt. So masteringnuxt.com. I don't know if it's yes, it's there already. And so this is by simply answering a simple question on the chat. And this question is, so the first one we are going to give you 1 minute. The person that is the closest to the number is going to win if we don't have the exact number at the end of the minute. If you find the exact number before the end of the minute, you're the first one that finds this number will win. Okay? So, how many slices were added to a document yesterday on Prismic? How many slices were basically created and added to a document in Prismic yesterday? So you can go drop your number. We are going to give you a few hints depending on what you are answering on the chat. But on the chat, please give your number, and we are going to give you hints, and you are maybe going to win this book or this class.
So the question is, how many slices were created yesterday?
Were added to
a
pages.
page.
So added to pages. How many slices were added to pages yesterday, basically? Okay,
So
let's
I
see
did 5 on my side. If
You
that
added
help
5. So it's more than 5. We know it's more than 5. More than 5. Okay.
I think I added a few also.
So Simon, it's why Simon in the game. Can we accept Simon
You
in the game?
No, Simon doesn't work. But
Simon's
Sam,
out of the
how
game.
many tries can you get? As many as you want.
So we have, okay, is it 22,000? Is it less or more?
It's less.
Less than 22,000. Okay.
I think I see some getting pretty close.
Already?
Yeah.
Is it less than or more than 14,999?
Sorry, I was disturbed by something else.
Did you say 14?
Well, is it less than 15,000?
Yeah, it's less.
It's less.
Okay. Is it less or more than 7,590?
It's more.
It's more, Sam. It's more than that. Okay, 10 seconds.
We have 10 seconds left.
So 8,455. Miguel.
It's less.
Less than that. Okay, less than that. So how many seconds? Like we're almost done there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we'll have to look with the thing afterwards because we have a slight delay with the chat. But at the moment I said 0, the closest is Miguel.
Yeah.
I
because the
think
action number.
that's Miguel, who might have been part of the early access program last night. So shout out to Miguel for coming along. And shout out to being part of the early access program as well.
The early access people, yeah. So the actual number is 8,114.
14, yeah.
So it seems Miguel is the closest one.
So we'll have to see with the sync, the actual sync with the video,
Yeah, we need to
because
see
like
that.
we have a small delay. So we are going to check that afterwards. I guess the
We'll
team
see
is
who's the
going to check that, and we'll see who is the closest. It seems in our sync that it's Miguel, but to be very, very precise, we are going to look at it after.
We need the VAR for the
The VAR,
Yeah, we need the VAR. We need the VAR to know that.
But for the early access program, so already thanks for all the people that are helping us with the early access to some versions of Slice Machine or what you're working on, which you're going to present. Plus, who's the person that's working with you in as UX and user research on your team? It's Mabel.
It's Mabel.
So whenever you get contacted by Mabel, please answer her. It means like she wants to kind of get your feedback on something. So I would like to help her out with whatever she's doing.
So if you get a message from Mabel, Igil, Dragana, or UA, or most likely a guy or
I think
Com
there's some
or
rogue
François.
emails from me around as well.
Yes. It's most likely because we want your feedback to be able to build a better
better
product,
product,
and we want to do that so that you have a better experience. We are not trying to spam you to get your credit card account or something like that. It's really a credit card number. It's really to.
No one suggested that. It seems they have this idea.
Don't talk about the elephant in the room. Like that's the thing. Okay.
So
now that's good. So maybe after this quick clip, we'll be able to tell you exactly who won. But basically, we talked about building a lot of slices and building pages because, like, the team at Circuit created an actual website builder for their team. It's working. We talked about
they wanted to focus on the product and not always going back to working the website, and they built this thing so that they can go to work on the product, and their marketing team is still independent to publish pages. The next one is Aspria. Basically, that was helped by the agency Nevado to do one thing. It's rebranding completely their actual website, and on top of it, basically creating a whole platform to give Aspria's team a way to to iterate on their marketing. So, like, to iterate on their to iterate on their pages, and to elevate their brand. So This
to
is
do
the
brand,
word, these are the words
elevation,
of Nuha.
brand
The
elevation,
the words of Nuha,
brand elevation. And so we got people from Nevado to basically present that in one of the webinar event that we've run like a few months ago. And so we will play a short clip explaining exactly what they did.
So let's bring it to life. Here's the end product. On the left, we can see one of our slices in Prismic with live content on a real site. And on the right, there it is in the client site. And you can obviously see how the fields match up. So the last thing I'd like to do is actually go and have a look at that site. So this is our client Aspria. They run high-end health and lifestyle clubs in Belgium, Germany, and Italy. And their project began with a brand elevation exercise and some quite specific goals around improving their conversion funnel. So the result has been great. After a year and a half, their bounce rates down, traffic and engagement are up, and conversion of both paid traffic and leads has improved massively. And they very actively manage the content on their site. I had a look this morning, and the last update was this morning, and they updated nearly every day. So it's by no means static in that sense. And because of the approach we've taken, none of that constant editing has caused attrition of the brand experience. So they're ticking that box on the brand experience part.
So the hard thing about when you build a new branding is that the first shot is nice, right? Because everyone is planning these pages, and you spend a lot of time of building all the pages. They are coherent and nice and all, and then it starts going worse and worse, right? Every time you publish a new page or modify something about it, it kind of the decay of the website or something, like it looks not like nothing at some point, right? But the good thing about what they did here is that what we talk always about is that they gave them this tool that allows them to kind of continue publishing pages, but with a brand, where the pages that are all the modifications, all the new pages that they're building, they are brand safe basically. So they respect the brand because of the system of slices and the things that we talked about. So that's also important, right? So that the life doesn't stop. The life of the website doesn't stop on the publishing; it continues, and it should continue respecting the brand that they figured.
And it's interconnected with the first problem, as you said. Like, if you want to be basically as a developer or as an agency independent in the sense, like and like make the marketing team independent for you to free your time, then you need to ensure that they have a system in place to actually iterate on content, create more content, and very importantly, like keep consistency in the brand. So have the system that is in place that will not allow them to basically break their branding or like break the actual website, but by allowing too much of configuration or customization and all. So control system that has, at the same time, give flexibility on creating pages and marketing campaigns. And so that's the part that also guys will be here to talk about, because we talked about what we've done in Size Machine for the year, and I think you saw a lot of the development that happened in 2022 on the editor side, and so on the page builder side. Basically, we are also working. We worked a lot during this year to build a nice experience and to do a lot of things that Guy is going to.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of like this year's maybe like the iceberg, like the underneath side. So. I mean, I guess that like we're talking about this idea of a page builder, and I guess kind of like using the building metaphor this year, we've been like building the team, and basically like laying the foundations and making sure things are, in the right place, super secure for building or delivering a new editor to our users in 2023, a new page builder to our users in 2023. So yeah, we finally have a sort of a full stack dedicated team, which is super exciting and great progress for us. And we've already started sort of delivering. So firstly on this new document editor, so building the widgets that make up the sort of editing experience in Prismic, and then also defining a lot of the new UI and UX that we want to use in the product as well. And then also talking to a lot of our users, doing a lot of tests, and aligning and making sure we're moving in the right direction with some of the core elements.
So I think maybe some people will get confused because you're talking about an editor. Prismic already has an editor.
Yeah.
So what you're building exactly? Is it a replacement? Is it a new thing? What you?
That's a great question. A totally new experience, right? So I guess if we think about Prismic, we're a page builder, a headless page builder, right? And our current experience on the content management, content editing side doesn't necessarily reflect that. And so what we want to do is we want to have a experience for content editors, content managers that kind of makes page building and slices like the core of that experience. So we kind of have a coherent vision across, and language, a shared language we call it, and Prismic between using slices between Slice Machine and then the page builder itself.
It's funny how it happened, actually. So it all started in the editor, actually. We started adding slices and stuff, and we said, oh, this is nice, and you can build pages with that. And it's like, okay, let's help developers provide slices. And then we started Slice Machine, and Slice Machine started being a thing and all, and we're happy about it. Like, okay, let's change now the editor to reflect what happened in Slice Machine. And we are extending on what's happening in Slice Machine to deliver even more to the editor, and that's basically where you're working on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I guess we kind of talk about this like workflow between like developers and content managers, and so it's kind of back and forth, right? And as you say in the product, and now we're kind of working on the side, so it's really cool.
So that's funny. It's like it reminds me just a discussion that we had this week around with Adam. So Adam is our head of engineering, around like collaboration across the team. So as you said, like there is a whole interconnection between Slice Machine and the editor team. And basically he told me like we need to be very, very good at collaborating, because the way we collaborate and the way we create like a common and good way to collaborate as a team will then be reflected in the product and how people will actually collaborate in it. And so if we are able to basically have a good collaboration on some subject that you discussed, like providing feedback from editor to developer to improve the experience, then this is something that we are going to be able to implement in the product so that people better collaborate, etc. And so very interesting, I guess, insight and discussion that we had on that front. But so what can we expect in that case in 2023?
I don't know how much I can say. No, I mean the intention is that we launch this new page builder in 2023. So we're already hard at work on that, and can't give a timeline just yet. But yeah, the expectation is that we'll have the new page builder ready for our users in 2023.
So no demos, nothing today.
No, there's a demo. Don't worry, there's a demo.
Nice.
Yeah. We have something.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on something special for today. So
that's nice. So
I would suggest to people stay around, because there is a demo of something new that we're releasing.
Yeah. So creating pages, creating content, very important part of the experience. We have another quiz to make you win some stuff. So for marketers, basically, I'm not sure about what it is, to be honest. I don't remember exactly. I think it's again another book from April Dunford. So that's called Obviously Awesome. And for developers, again, some courses on ninja.dev. So again, we are going to provide you another quiz. This one will be extremely, extremely fast. The question is extremely simple. We are proposing you some logos. And the first one that basically says which website and which logo basically is created the most document in Prismic will win one prize.
So can you say the name of the website?
If I had my glasses, yes, maybe you can.
You will have them eventually.
Eventually, but I guess we'll have the answer before. So, Birchbox, Hervisher, Aspria, Swile, RIA, RIA maybe, Lavazza, Tomorrowland, Netflix, Thomson Reuters.
How would you pronounce that?
Reuters.
Okay. Thomson Reuters.
Thomson Reuters.
It's like I think like a news website or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that my being English as a first language.
Okay, let's start having the answers.
So we get some answers.
People think maybe Netflix.
People think Netflix.
We have RIA.
Which one do you think it is, Sadek?
Oh, you're really asking me the question. The most documents, the most pages, more or less, right? I'll keep my answer to myself.
Okay. So in the meantime, maybe a guy can do the proper English pronunciation
do you
of
know what's
each.
Funny? So I have the opposite problem in French. So when I see an A or R, I'm like, oh no. And I know for you have the opposite. So it's fun being on the other side.
So we still don't have the proper answer for now. On the chat, at least. What's your take, Com? You know the answer.
Well, something that is not in the chat. So
from the outside, I would say Netflix, like obvious, but there might be a trap or something.
It's not Netflix, and again, the answer is not on the chat yet. So, we should be able to how do you say, exclude the one that we don't see the logo anymore on
So
the
now,
screen.
now it gets easier, guys. Like just put a name that that is not yet in the chat, and you might win.
The fastest person to type basically the name is to type all the name will win.
Yeah, we showed the options.
Can you show the options again? They are on TV now. Again on TV.
Maybe which one has the less document, do you think?
I
Start,
don't know.
start with the opposite question.
Did we get the answer?
No, yes, we did
I
it.
think we have a winner.
We do have a winner.
So what's the answer?
The answer is RV Share. So are we presenting what is RV Share quickly? It's like a website that allows you to basically rent like RV. RV? How
Yeah,
do you say?
RV. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
RV. So if you want to go on holidays and rent an RV, then
LV.
RV.
Sounds like Hervé.
Hervé.
Yeah.
So if you want
Maybe rebranding Hervé.
Hervé Char. So if you want to get to rent a RV for your next holidays, you can go on RV Share to rent an RV and yeah, so they are a heavy user of Prismic in order to basically create their campaign of acquisition, and so they create a lot of pages to be able to then acquire user and acquire people to rent
An RV.
An RV. Cool. Do you like RVs? Camping? It's camping, like for camping.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's like camping.
Have you ever done it?
No, I haven't actually.
I don't know. I did it once. I didn't like the experience, like not stay. But some people really love that kind of experience. Have you done it anywhere?
No, never. But I think I would like it.
You would like it?
Yeah.
There is a feeling to it.
My girlfriend has a truck, an actual not even an RV, but like a truck with like some kind of bed on the back of the truck, and then we go on holiday like on a yearly basis.
Noah is pressing us. We have to go.
I know. Noah is like Noah is the party pooper. I wanted to talk about my holidays now. So Noah is basically trying to make us to keep the time so that we can finish not too late, and so we wanted to share with you a last success story and then basically present you a new product.
A demo of something new that we're releasing.
Exactly.
So what's the story now?
Of Anything Agency?
Yes.
So Anything Agency build a...
So here we're talking about the agency and
Exactly.
not the final client.
Yes.
We're focusing on that.
So Anything Agency basically wanted to create for their customer, Drive Electric, a new experience with like not compromising anything, meaning having a very nice page building experience because they were used to use WordPress, and so they like the overall simplicity and experience of building pages with WordPress. But they wanted to be able to customize it way more than what they had with WordPress, and to also have extremely reliable performance. Because their customer, they were anticipating a high growth because they were rebranding the actual company, and they were like trying to iterate a lot on it, and so they were expecting a lot of growth and success, and so they wanted to have very good performance, and so we'll get people from Anything Agency just describing the actual project and what they've done.
And the idea for them is like it's different, right? It's like they like delivering this kind of experience to their clients. The website building experience to give them like this, as you said, independence in iteration on the website. They used to do it with WordPress. They didn't want to change to headless or anything else because they wanted this kind of experience. And then they found out that they could deliver the same thing, and it will allow to basically iterate, but in the same time have performance and good performance and a lot of good properties. So let's listen to the video.
It was amazing how little training we actually gave them on the CMS. But I noticed today when I was looking around the site, the kind of using the scheduling tool for when they're launching a new car. So they put that in on Monday, a new car launches tomorrow. And I've not even trained them how to do that. I just mentioned we could. And so they're really, really getting on with it. And like Jono was saying, the site, it could be that content editors could use the WordPress website, But the challenge with that is they could break something when just trying to do a simple update because of all the hacking that they need to do around the code. And so now they've really got that freedom and flexibility. They're loving using the different slices that we've given them, all the different layouts that we can provide. So they feel like we've not only fixed the kind of technical issues with the site, but also allowed the marketing team to really get on with their job really quickly, really fast, getting that content out and those new releases of cars. And so really, it has been really revolutionary. And this is just phase one. You know, we've got a few phases to go yet over the next couple of years. But they're overwhelmed with joy, actually, with Prismic. So
Wow.
thank you very much.
Well, that means a lot. I mean, well, thank you for that, and this is very positive. I am also interested in the things that you think that we should be improving, right? Which not it's not only one-sided. There are always things that we have to improve.
So you just saw at the end of the video, Sadek said and asked for some feedback and some ways to improve the actual product. So what we are going to present here is a new improvement to the product that we are bringing. So it's a collaboration between the Slice Machine team and the editor team, because as you understood, we are working and iterating on Slice Machine, but also rebuilding our own editor, and we wanted to leverage some of the things that we are building at the moment in Slice Machine. So the thing is, as you saw in that clip, being able to deliver a very good experience for editor is extremely important for them to basically be effective, be productive in creating their own marketing campaign. And so we wanted to basically in Slice Machine add some feature that will allow developers to test and to have a preview of the overall editing experience. And so we are going to demo a bit this, and I let Guy basically guide the whole demo when I'm typing some stuff.
Cool.
So I guess we're ready.
We're
So
ready.
Okay, we can see your screen. So as you can see, like Renault's been a busy boy. He's made lots of slices here. So maybe I know you want to choose your favorite. This one here, that one there. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Cool. So as you can see, the normal sort of Slice Machine setup here. You've got your slice model. You've got your preview slice, etc. So yeah, if you want to jump on in and preview and take a look at your slice. Cool. So yeah, so yeah, we can see it's a nice slice here. It's got text on the left. It's got a nice button. It's got a really cool image on the right. A nice little mask there. Doing some CSS, I can see. Nice. Cool. So you'll see at the top of the screen there's a little toggle. And so what this is the editor widget that the team has been working on. And essentially, like, it represents the fields that you have in your slice model, and you can edit those, and it will render or reflect in real time on your slice. And what this is really cool for is essentially for developers who are shipping a page building experience, they get to preview or see what they're actually delivering to the content team. So for example, here, straight off the bat, we can see you've got a heading, so you've got your title, and it's above your description in the editor. So it's slightly confusing for a content person, say, when they're working in the editor, because it doesn't necessarily align with what the slice actually looks like. So if you want to jump back, and we can reorder that, and then save it. And yeah, if we jump back to the preview, so perfect. So now you can see the title at the top. Oh, that's much easier for a content person to come in and edit. And one of the cool things about this feature as well is essentially you can test how a field will look. So for example, with this title, maybe you want to test the boundaries of how long a title should be. So for example, you could type something in there along like creating a website experience for content people. And already you can see, right, this is really long. So maybe we just want to kind of keep it nice and simple. It should be within sort of like a few words.
Or as a developer, I could maybe add, like update the CSS to be able to manage like this kind of long text.
To make it more elastic like this.
Yeah, exactly. And also just quickly for people in the chat, do you recognize the website that, or this slice where it comes from? Cool, but using I guess that website as the inspiration, maybe we'll go get from 0 to 1 as kind of a nice little title for the slice. Well, I think it's go from 0 to 1. Oh, it doesn't matter.
$0 to $1, I guess, something like that, no? Yeah.
Cool. And then, yeah, maybe you want to bold that. Okay, so yeah, it's starting to look pretty nice. And then we see we have this description field here, which is a rich text field. And so if you break the line there, you'll see you've got this nice little context menu. So maybe you want to check out a bulleted list. So you add some bullets, but then actually think within what we're trying to do for this website, maybe it doesn't look so good. So yeah, you can go in, you can update your config, turn that off, and update the slice.
Nice.
And then we'll just wait for that to load. And then you'll see, okay, yep, great. So content managers can't add the bulleted list. That's cool. That's what I want. Now, one other thing that maybe we want to do with this one is we've got this image here. And actually for this image, I mean, this is a tool for developers, so maybe we want to look for a developer. Cool. Yep, let's use this guy here. Okay, so look, it's all right. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Good crop, yeah?
Good crop, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just do a nice little crop on this image here. We just want to focus on the developer's face. Cool, yeah. Yeah, much better. Cool, and then, yeah, we want to change the button as well. Click here.
To see how it goes.
Yeah.
Still work well.
Still works, yeah. Cool, and then maybe we want to give him a label. Yeah, John Doe, something like that. Cool. Cool, perfect. And then we can save that. And then essentially what that'll do is that'll save that to the slice, to the file system. So if you want to access the slice again, it will have that more content there. And so it's super useful for when you're modeling, etc. You know exactly what it's going to look like. And you can also take a screenshot. And that's what the editors will see as well. And so again, for them, they get a really good idea of what the slice is, what it will look like, and kind of some of the boundaries for the content, etc.
So wait, like this is the editor, but you're in Slice Machine.
Yeah.
What's
so
the story here?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I remember I spoke about sort of some of the foundations that we've been building. So basically like that sort of those widgets or those fields that we've been building, and that kind of document editor, that's similar to what we have in Prismic. So that will be a part of this new page builder that we're building, but there'll be a lot of other stuff as well. But this is just one small part, one component.
So basically you brought the editor into Slice Machine so that people could preview and try the experience.
Exactly.
But at some point it will also land
in the new editor,
in the new
page builder as
in
well.
the
New
page builder.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like the same component.
Yeah, it should be the same component, yeah.
Nice.
So everything from this experience, this cropper, this like slash command for the rich text field should be
And we have so we have a nice floating toolbar, the context menu. So we took the opportunity to add some I don't know, put a little bit of polish and stuff on the new document editor as well.
And that's one thing that is like also rebuilding that from the ground up to be able to help us after the first release to be able to iterate and provide more and more value over time. So that's also one of the big challenges that we are facing at the moment. And so we are very excited, I guess, all of us, like for the year to come.
I mean, you're talking about the challenges that we have.
Yeah.
I guess we open challenges to big challenges to ourselves, because the first thing was like, hey, how about we change completely how developers use Prismic? And then we made Slice Machine, and it took us like a year or so to get it out in production and get people use it. And so like, okay, how about we changing completely the editor experience and making it more better for writers? So we are adding challenges to ourselves, not the universe.
That's true. That's true. So this is a release that will arrive fairly soon. This actual version
next week. No,
it was
this
supposed
year.
to be this week. So, but like we have a slight delay on QA and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll have a nice Christmas gift for all of you. You should be able to go on holiday for Christmas with this and try to test it out. Some people already tested it. So you talked about the EAP.
Yeah, and I actually saw Bart in the chat as well. So shout out to Bart, who's been part of the EAP. And to anyone else who's been a part of it, you've played a really big role in helping us kind of test and understand how people are going to use it and whether we've been moving in the right direction with the feature. So thank you very much. And I know our teams will be running further EAPs in the future.
Can you redetail again what is EAP? Because we talk.
We speak a lot in code at Prismic, acronyms, etc. It's the Early Access Program. So I believe we ran one earlier in the year for a Gatsby refresh, and this was the second one. So for this editor widget, I'm not sure what the next one will be, but our DevX team, Eric, who's like the community manager, I'm sure he'll have some more in the new year. So yeah, it'd be great to get involved. It's cool to test these things before everyone else, and and it's super helpful for us as well.
Cool, great.
That's very cool. Maybe I wanted to add on top of that, because
Yes.
you spoke about the early access program, but we also are putting more and more stuff on our prismic.io/progress page, which is basically our kind of public roadmap, so I can see what we are doing at the moment and what's coming next. So if you want to know more details and also interact with them, so because we can like put like comments and
upvote or
like even like submit like requests or like feature requests or something like that. And so yes, please do, and like just go to prismic.io/progress, and you'll see the public roadmap.
Cool.
And so, to close this section of the meetup, we have a last quiz for you to get again another book for marketers. So, doing content right, or another subscription, but now it's more for a tool for a developer. That is a subscription to GitHub Copilot. So if you want to win this, you have 1 minute basically to tell us how many slices on average there is in a slice machine project. And the first one that finds the answer or the closest at the end of the minute will win one of those two gifts. So what's your bet, Sadek?
How many slices on average?
Yeah.
The problem is that the average is very impacted by the low number. So do you take active projects, or you took everything ever happened to Prismic? Because there are some test projects. Do you take them in?
Active.
Yeah.
So the active ones. Okay.
Yes.
So there are no zeros basically, or very few zeros, or maybe not.
It would be surprising that there is zero.
Will be surprising that there are zero. Okay, that's already good. I will follow the lead of Miguel and say 22.
22. Higher? Lower?
I think it's lower.
Now we're talking on average.
I'm in the same like ballpark. I was going to say something like 18.
18.
Yeah, I would be around 15, I think. Something like that.
You will be around?
Yeah.
You don't know the answer?
I don't know the answer.
Oh, yes.
By the way, I'm very happy about also the work that we did on the analytics around all our products. That's a huge improvement that we did this year. That we're able to grasp all the numbers and think about them. It wasn't with no pain, but it's bringing us a lot.
Big investment only for quizzes question, quoi.
For quiz. Now we can do quiz, right? Thanks to thanks to
the CDP team and segment, we can do quizzes.
No, not true. So we have Miguel, we have Daniel who said 17, Alexandre 10.
Do variation count? No.
Oh,
only slices. Variation are included in slices.
Okay.
Do we have the answer, Noah? Not yet?
In the chat, no, not yet.
Not yet. We have 15
Samuel
seconds.
is saying 11.
Higher or lower?
I guess he's closer. He's the closest. I guess she sent you offline the number.
No. I asked for it, but no. But I think I know it now. Like I could read what she was saying. Yeah. So 6. We still don't have the answer from what I understand, or at least from what would be my guess.
We have some people that are close to it, but we don't have the exact answer, right?
Yes. We have one that is extremely close. That is like
only one person that is extremely close. Okay.
One that is one slice away, right? Yeah. Okay. Lucy is cheating like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Lucy didn't even win with this one, so it's over now. So the answer was 18, I guess. Like looking at the face. No, what is it? 14.
14. That's the average.
That's the average. So who is the closest?
So that's the average number of slices that are developed in Slice Machine, basically,
yes.
Not in pages, not the number of slices added to
per
pages.
project.
Per project,
components,
for the whole project, number of components, basically.
So 14, I don't know who won. I don't know if Daniel wrote 14 just after I said 14.
like Renault's like the referee from the England-France game. He's the
still into it.
I'm still a bit upset.
Do you care?
No, I'm over it now.
He's going to support
so you're
France
actually
now.
For England?
Yeah, in the football, yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. How many years did you live in England?
Oh, not for very long, but my dad, I was there for maybe like 3 years, but my dad is English, and like we used to watch the World Cups together, and New Zealand's not very good at football, so England was my team. And I actually like sent like Renault a screenshot from my dad on Saturday. He was just like, we lose on penalties, not actually on penalties. During the game, it's a new one.
So 14, is it now we need to figure out if Daniel won or not.
So it's Taiko and Daniel Demel that won. So like we distributed now some knowledge about people from the community, from
their successes and what they did the last year,
from what we are doing and what we've built, and on top of that, some books. So even from people that are not directly in our community or in our company, so you get like some learnings for Christmas or all, and you'll be able to learn new stuff during your holidays. And so, yeah, I think that's it. We've done all our program today. It was. I don't know if you want to maybe open some Q&A, but like.
Well, if there are any people that have questions, this is the last moment for asking questions. But it was a long year.
Long year.
Yeah, it was a long year.
A very cool one though, very exciting one.
And I just said, "Come, it's 1 year and a half you're around."
Yeah, almost.
Okay, that's long. Okay, and we went through so many phases now, but very happy about what we achieved so far. I mean, knowing that Slice Machine is a fully staffed team, that was the thing, right?
That was, but like knowing that Slice Machine is a fully staffed team, knowing that now the editor is a fully staffed team, or close to at least, like that's two things that were our main goal. I remember discussing it in the meetup maybe a year ago, like starting to build a team and starting to staff it. So yeah.
So basically, what happened in the past was like we had one team, and that team was like. Dancing around, jumping around between the different projects. So they will build a little bit here, they will stop, and then they will move to something else, and they will stop, and they will say, okay, this is a time that we dedicate teams to projects so that they keep iterating on them and getting them better and better. And that's not an idea or a concept anymore. That's reality today. That's really cool. That's a big change.
Yeah, and I'm grateful about all the people that joined us and helped us building the product and building the team. That's really cool. Very exciting for the year to come. And to build with those people specifically, very happy about it.
And with the community who are helping us with the EAPs.
So I guess we are done here.
Yes.
Have a very good evening. Have a very good holidays. Enjoy this time. Go France tonight and
no, you don't know.
And see you in January. The last Wednesday of January will be the next meetup.
Yes.
So see you then.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.